At just 8 years old, Nancy Lee had already captured the hearts of those around her. Her mother, Katherine Heigl, described her as very, very smart, very compassionate, and big-hearted. She was not only a wonderful daughter, but also an incredible big sister, embodying warmth, kindness, and an eagerness to help. However, Nancy's early life was marked by struggles that seemed insurmountable, until fate intervened in the most extraordinary way. 15 years ago, Nancy was just another nameless face in an orphanage in South Korea, waiting for a family, longing for love. Then, something miraculous happened. She was chosen by one of Hollywood's most beloved actresses and her husband. Overnight, her world transformed from the walls of an orphanage to the luxurious warmth of a mansion in Utah. But where is Nancy Lee now? How has she grown? And what is her story? Grab a drink, sit back, and let's dive into this remarkable journey. Early life in South Korea. Nancy Lee was born in Seoul, South Korea, in 2009. The circumstances of her birth were heartbreaking. Her biological mother gave birth in a hospital and disappeared the very next day. According to South Korean law, authorities searched for her for an entire month. Sadly, when no one came forward to claim her, the newborn was transferred to Namsan-won Orphanage, where she spent the first 9 months of her fragile life. The little girl's earliest months were filled with challenges. Without a mother or family to nurture her, she faced an uncertain future in an orphanage filled with other children who shared similar tragic beginnings. However, her hardships were far from over. Nancy was diagnosed with a congenital heart defect that required open-heart surgery at such a tender age. With no family to provide the love and support she needed, she endured this life-saving procedure alone. But fate had bigger plans for her. The adoption that changed everything. Nancy Lee's story took a dramatic turn when Hollywood actress Katherine Heigl and her husband, musician Josh Kelley, decided to adopt a child from South Korea. For Heigl, this wasn't a random decision. It was deeply personal. Adoption was an integral part of her family history. Her older sister, Meg, was adopted from South Korea 3 years before Heigl was born. Inspired by this, Heigl and Kelley had already discussed adoption long before they got married. Josh and I started talking about adoption before we were even engaged, Heigl revealed in an interview. In 2009, the couple began the adoption process, which took approximately 9 months. Their excitement and anticipation grew as they prepared to welcome their daughter into their home. One day, while Heigl was working in Atlanta with Ashton Kutcher, she received a life-changing phone call. "They called us while I was on set," Heigl recalled. "Josh was there with me, and we were both so amped up and impatient. We knew there was a little girl out there waiting for us, and we just wanted to bring her home." When the adoption agency informed them about a baby girl born in November, the couple felt an instant connection. They learned about her heart condition and were advised to consult medical professionals before making a final decision. However, their minds were already made up. This was their daughter. "We just said, 'Look, we want her,'" Heigl said without hesitation. One incredible twist in their adoption story was that Josh Kelley's father happened to be a heart surgeon. The couple immediately sent him Nancy's medical records, ensuring she would receive the best possible care. This divine alignment of circumstances made it feel as though Nancy was always meant to be their daughter. A new beginning in America. Once the adoption was finalized, Nancy Lee left behind the orphanage in South Korea and entered a world of love, warmth, and opportunity. She was welcomed into a family that cherished her, offering her not just material luxuries, but also the unwavering support she had lacked in her earliest months. Growing up in Utah, Nancy experienced a childhood filled with laughter, love, and adventures. Heigl and Kelley, both dedicated parents, ensured that she never felt out of place. They instilled in her the importance of family, kindness, and compassion. As Nancy grew older, she embraced her Korean heritage, while fully integrating into her American lifestyle. Life as the daughter of Hollywood royalty. Nancy Lee's life as the daughter of a famous actress and a musician meant that she was constantly in the public eye. However, Heigl and Kelley were committed to giving her as normal a childhood as possible. Despite their wealth and fame, they focused on maintaining a grounded family environment. Katherine Heigl, known for her role as Dr. Izzy Stevens on Grey's Anatomy, has often spoken about how motherhood changed her. "Being a mom to Nancy has been one of the most fulfilling experiences of my life," she shared in an interview. "She has taught me so much about love, patience, and resilience." Josh Kelley also formed a strong bond with Nancy. As a musician, he introduced her to the world of music and creativity, encouraging her to explore her passions. The couple made sure that Nancy and her younger siblings understood the value of hard work, family, and gratitude. Where is Nancy Lee now? Now in her teenage years, Nancy Lee is growing into a remarkable young woman. She has shown a keen interest in arts and philanthropy, just like her parents. Though she maintains a relatively private life, glimpses of her through Heigl's social media posts reveal a happy, confident girl with a bright future ahead. She is excelling academically and is deeply compassionate, much like the little girl Heigl described years ago. She remains close with her siblings, including her younger sister, Adelaide, who was also adopted, and their younger brother, Joshua, who was born biologically to Heigl and Kelley. Nancy's story is a testament to the power of love, destiny, and second chances. From being abandoned as a newborn to being cherished by a loving family, her life journey has been nothing short of extraordinary. She is a living example of how adoption can transform lives, and how family is not defined by blood, but by love and commitment. He was able to look at her cardiogram and give them the truth. However, this couple was determined to embark on this journey regardless. She said, "We were definitely doing it, but we wanted to know what we were dealing with." For Naleigh, her condition, once corrected, is corrected. She's perfectly healthy. She has a perfectly healthy heart. They eventually decided to adopt her. When asked whether Josh thought adoption was right for him, and in responding, she said, "Anyone who doesn't have experience with adoption wonders. Does love for a child come through DNA? I knew it didn't. My mother had biological children and an adopted child, and said it made absolutely no difference. They're yours. You love them the moment they're put into your arms." Josh had to learn that, but he was so gracious and accepting. However, the couple happily embraced Naleigh and immediately brought the child to the United States, where she began a completely different life. Remember that Naleigh was born with a congenital heart issue and underwent open-heart surgery before joining her adoptive family. This health challenge was overcome with the support of her loving adoptive parents, who have always emphasized the importance of family and identity in her upbringing. An unwanted girl from an orphanage now has a loving family, and she will one day become known to the whole world and inherit her parents' fortune of millions of dollars. Challenges in mother-daughter bonding. Heigl and her husband were extremely happy, as this was their first child. However, their joy soon faced a challenge. Naleigh didn't respond to Heigl's affection, which left the actress heartbroken, feeling as though she wasn't good enough to be a mother. Heigl opened up about a difficult time in her life when her daughter, Naleigh, seemed closer to her husband than to her. In an interview, Heigl noted that her daughter was really comfortable with Josh, and they bonded quickly, while it was hard for her. She saw that Josh bonded with Naleigh so effortlessly that she even called him Disneyland Dad. Another challenge to their bonding was Heigl's job commitments, which often kept her away. She admitted to spending more time with triplets on set then with Naleigh, leaving her constantly worried that she was missing out on connecting with her daughter. It happened that when Naleigh was adopted, Heigl had to return to work on Grey's Anatomy, which made it difficult to bond with her infant daughter at first. She feared that Naleigh might not really care about her. However, their social worker reassured them that it's typical for kids to react differently to their new mothers. It was a struggle for Heigl because all she wanted to do was bond with her daughter. In her words, "It takes time for a child to trust this new situation and to trust you. My advice is, don't be discouraged. The reward is so great." The turning point came in 2012 on The View, when Naleigh ran up to Heigl on set and hugged her tightly. It was a powerful moment that made Heigl realize they had a strong bond after all. Additionally, her husband wrote a song called Naleigh Moon for their daughter to express their love for her. Despite the challenges, Naleigh brought Heigl a lot of happiness as her new mom. Heigl expressed, "This girl, the girl who made me a mother, the girl who gave my life purpose, meaning, and direction, boundless eternal love, radiates from the very core of my being." Expansion of the family. After their successful adoption, Heigl and Kelley expanded their family. In 2012, Heigl and Kelley adopted their second child, a daughter named Adelaide from Louisiana. During an appearance on The Tonight Show, Heigl told host Jay Leno that Adelaide's adoption had been serendipitous. She explained that she and Kelley had initially planned to adopt internationally again, but they encountered difficulties. Korea had become very hard to adopt from, and China had an extensive waiting list, she said. 5 years later, at the age of 39, Heigl became pregnant naturally in 2017. She welcomed her son Joshua into the world. Joshua had been in a breech position for over a month before his due date, so doctors scheduled a C-section. Unfortunately, Joshua didn't start breathing right after birth, and doctors had to quickly give him oxygen to help his lungs function. With Adelaide, we adopted her from birth, so we got that experience. Naleigh, we got her when she was 9 months old, so this obviously is our first time going through this. It's exciting and super new. Despite her joy at becoming a mother, Heigl felt overwhelmed and unprepared for the realities of motherhood. She often returned home feeling frustrated after missing important moments in Joshua's day. Balancing her work and her duties as a mom was extremely challenging for her. Heigl spoke openly about the struggles she faced, including anxiety attacks and back issues caused by stress. "People will tell you how hard it is, but you have no idea until you experience it," she admitted. In another interview with Parents magazine, Heigl explained, "We initially thought that we needed one more child to complete this home. They were considering whether that child would be biological, adopted, or fostered. Then the COVID-19 pandemic hit, and Heigl's whole perspective changed. I have completely changed my mind. I am very content with my 3. Life in Utah. Growing up in the Heigl household was an adventure filled with love, learning, and laughter for Naleigh. Despite being raised in the public eye, Naleigh's parents strived to provide her with a normal childhood. Heigl also felt unsure about raising kids in Los Angeles, so the family moved to a ranch outside Utah. In Utah, they prioritize family time and a quieter lifestyle away from Hollywood's chaos. Since Heigl and her husband, Josh Kelley, were committed to providing their daughter with a stable and nurturing environment, they were hands-on parents, balancing their busy careers with their roles at home. Heigl often shared that family time was a priority, and they created plenty of special moments together. Their ranch is home to 8 dogs, 3 cats, chickens, goats, and horses. The children love the rural environment, spending time by the river, skipping rocks, and taking care of the chickens. Heigl appreciates the peacefulness and calmness of Utah. Naleigh's growth and current life. The couple has one biological child and has adopted 2 others. Naleigh now has a big family, a father, a mother, and 2 siblings. She is the oldest of them all. By the time Naleigh was 6, Heigl shared that her daughter was growing up into a little intelligent girl, describing her as so smart and so witty. Heigl even called her little girl her best buddy and the coolest little person she'd ever met. Despite the spotlight that often comes with having a celebrity parent, Heigl and Kelley worked hard to give Naleigh a normal and grounded upbringing. They protected her from the pressures of fame, allowing her to grow up at her own pace and develop her identity. Their home was a haven where Naleigh could be herself, surrounded by her family's unwavering love and support. The bond between Naleigh and her parents grew stronger over the years. Their journey together was filled with unforgettable moments, shared joys, and life's inevitable challenges. Yet, through it all, the Heigl household remained a place of love, warmth, and endless possibilities for Naleigh. Katherine Heigl and Naleigh. Katherine Heigl, a well-known actress and advocate, has always been mindful of her daughter's privacy, while carefully managing the attention that comes with being in the public eye. Despite her efforts to shield Naleigh from excessive media exposure, there were moments when she accompanied her mother to public events, such as charity functions and movie premieres. These appearances showcased Naleigh's charm and poise, drawing admiration from the public. As she grew older, Naleigh became more comfortable with these public moments, embracing them with confidence. A glimpse into the public eye. Naleigh made her red carpet debut at just 5 years old during the premiere of the animated film The Nut Job in 2014. 8 years later, in November 2022, she attended a talk show where she watched her mother from the audience. However, despite these occasional public outings, Heigl remained firm in her decision to protect her daughter's privacy. Life in Utah. A private and luxurious upbringing. Now 15 years old, Naleigh enjoys a balanced and fulfilling life in Utah. The Heigl-Kelley family resides in a stunning $4 million home that boasts breathtaking mountain views, a stone garden, a greenhouse, multiple bedrooms, and cozy fireplaces. Their home provides a serene environment away from the hustle of Hollywood, allowing for a peaceful and private upbringing. Naleigh also enjoys a taste of luxury, with access to high-end cars such as a $118,000 Range Rover Sport and a $64,000 white Audi Q5. While she lives a privileged life, Heigl and Kelley ensure she remains grounded by emphasizing the value of hard work and gratitude. Katherine Heigl is deeply invested in raising her daughters to be confident, independent individuals. She has spoken about the societal pressures placed on women to be accommodating and pleasing, and she actively works against these norms. She wants her daughters, including Naleigh, to understand their worth is not defined by external validation. Additionally, Naleigh has had the opportunity to accompany her mother to work on occasion. These experiences have allowed her to gain insight into the entertainment industry in a controlled and supportive environment. While she has had glimpses into Hollywood, Heigl prioritizes providing a normal childhood for her children, focusing on family time and maintaining a quieter lifestyle. Personal growth and identity. Naleigh's transformation is not just physical, but also personal. She has developed a strong sense of self and direction, staying grounded thanks to the unwavering support of her family. As a mother of multiracial children, Heigl has taken time to reflect on her own upbringing and the societal challenges her daughters may face. Having grown up in a predominantly white environment, Heigl has acknowledged the importance of preparing her children for the realities of racism and societal perceptions. She is committed to fostering an open and supportive home where her children can discuss their identities and birth stories freely. This approach helps Naleigh navigate her experiences with confidence and awareness. The impact of adoption and heritage. Naleigh's adoption journey has been a significant part of her life, shaping her identity and relationship with her family. She has been a regular presence on Heigl's social media, where the actress shares heartfelt moments and tributes to her daughter. On Naleigh's 13th birthday, Heigl posted the first-ever photo she received of Naleigh during the adoption process, highlighting their deep bond. This mother-daughter relationship extends beyond traditional roles. It is built on mutual respect, unwavering support, and unconditional love. This strong connection has helped Naleigh navigate the challenges of growing up in the public eye with grace and confidence. Despite growing up in the United States, Heigl has made efforts to keep Naleigh connected to her South Korean roots. She has traveled to South Korea with her daughter, exposing her to her native culture and traditions. These trips have provided Naleigh with a sense of belonging and understanding of her heritage, reinforcing the importance of embracing her background while growing up in a different cultural environment. Giving back, Katherine Heigl and her mother, Nancy, co-founded the Jason Debues Heigl Foundation in 2008 to combat animal cruelty and abuse. The foundation was established in honor of Heigl's late brother, aiming to promote compassion and welfare for animals in need. Through her philanthropic efforts, Heigl has instilled in her children the value of giving back. Naleigh has grown up witnessing her mother's dedication to making a difference, reinforcing the importance of kindness and social responsibility. Katherine Heigl's parenting approach is a blend of love, discipline, and mindful guidance. From prioritizing education and instilling strong values to fostering open discussions about identity and heritage, she has worked diligently to provide her daughter with a balanced and fulfilling upbringing. Naleigh's journey from being a young girl in the spotlight to a confident teenager is a testament to the power of thoughtful parenting. With the continued love and support of her family, she is sure to navigate her future with grace, confidence, and a strong sense of self. What do you think about Katherine Heigl's parenting style? Let us know in the comments below. Be sure to subscribe to our channel for more insightful and inspiring content. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to check out our channel for more videos.